Hey, you guys, this is Rashawn for News, Views, and Conversations. Just wanted to pop back in real quick and give you another video on the Angie Stone situation. I'm just reporting the latest. I really don't want to say too much more about it because I have my own thoughts and beliefs about what I believe happened to her. Um, Her son and daughter are beginning to sue the trucking company, and they're also suing the guy that was the driver of the night, that she was in the accident. As I said, a few seconds ago, I really don't want to say too much more about it because I have my own thoughts and beliefs as to what I believe happened to her. And my whole honest opinion is I believe that this pretty much sounds like something that was set up to happen. So I just want to leave you with one of the videos that kind of pretty much correlates with, what I'm thinking as well. I don't find any of these things, coincidental. So I just want to leave you guys with this video to keep her name alive, keep her legacy alive. Let's keep her name out there so that all the information of whatever took place with her comes out. She deserves justice. She deserves every cent that she worked for, that she wrote for, that she sung for, that she choreographed for, that she produced for. She deserves everything that she earned. I really wish she could have lived out all of her days reaping all the benefits that she sowed into her music and her craft and the talent that God gave her. So I'm Team Angie Stone. I hope and pray that everything continues to come out as the lawsuit gets underway with her children. And I'm glad that they are, taking the steps to try to, get to what happened to their mother and get more information out here for us to be able to come back and tell you guys, like, what's really real, what really happened to her. So hopefully we can get to the bottom of it. I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next video.
Well, tonight we do have some new details that are emerging about the tragic death of Grammy-nominated R&B singer Angie Stone, who died in a car accident in March. And today we did learn that a lawsuit was filed by her children, claiming that Stone survived the initial accident and was trying to escape the van she was riding in with her bandmates. It claims that she died when a tractor-trailer crashed into the van. The lawsuit was filed Tuesday in Gwinnett County, and it blames the drivers and the owners of both vehicles, along with a collision system in the truck, saying it failed to stop or detect the van. Stone was returning to Atlanta from a performance in Mobile, Alabama at the time of this accident.
And look, y'all already know on this channel we hold racist Caucasian people accountable, because if we don't, who will? And before we start this video, if you don't like black people, black issues, black talks, get to stepping. CRST has a poor reputation among truck drivers due to low beginner pay, mandatory team driving, and strict training contracts that can cost thousands if broken early. Many drivers report long hours, limited home time, and unhelpful dispatch, making them feel like just a number. While some use CRST as a way to get CDL training and initial experience, most leave as soon as their contract ends for better paying solo opportunities. Make that make sense. And listen to me, do not drive for CRST. I drove trucks for 10 years over the road. And one thing I noticed about that company, they don't take care of their equipment. They don't take care of their drivers. But we'll talk about that later on in this video. Back in March when Angie Stone was murdered, I already knew this whole thing was a setup. Angie Stone called out the whole industry, and months later they murdered her. And this woman told the whole story on TikTok, and then she disappeared. Well, guess what, baby girl? We still have the footage. Run the tape.
I hit an 18-wheeler on the side of the interstate. I have pieces of the fender in my hair. I have it's oil all over my body. I'm gonna clean this up and I'm gonna get back and tell the story, and I'll show you the footage. After driving the 6 hours home, showering, and processing it all, here's the story. About 4 a.m. on Saturday morning, me and my daughter were driving to Charleston, South Carolina for her Sweet 16 birthday getaway. We came up to a truck with a trailer and its flashers were on, so we slowed down some, and that's when I noticed there was an overturned vehicle in the fast lane. And it looked like it just happened. I pulled over and put my flashers on, and I told my daughter to stay in the car, and I ran over. It was a van, and I ran over, and there were so many people in this van, and they were just trying to get out. And I asked if they'd called the cops, and they said, we're just trying to get out. And they were helping this woman out off the side of the van, and I grabbed her hand and I helped her get down, and she seemed out of it, and I was holding her hand and she was wobbling around, and I said, baby, you got to sit down. And then the next thing I know, I flew and I fell down to the ground, and it felt like something not ran over me, but brushed over me. Like something just swiped over my body. And I got up and I could hear screaming, and I just focused in on one screaming, and it was my daughter. And all I could do was run across the highway and tell her to get back in the car. She had to move the car because if somebody else hit us, it could hit her. So she moved the car farther up the interstate, and I called 911, and they said they were on their way. And then all I could think to do was get to my daughter. And that's all I could do in that time. And when I was walking to my daughter, we're really running the best that I can do. I was in so much pain. My chest felt like an elephant was sitting on it. My legs were so hurt and sore. And I looked up, and there was an 18-wheeler that had crossed the median into oncoming traffic. And I knew that's what hit me and ran over and brushed over me was the 18-wheeler.
Make that make sense. And you know what's crazy? I was the first one to bring that TikTok video to YouTube. And as soon as I posted that video, she deleted her whole TikTok account. She disappeared and she got a lawyer. But I'm always telling y'all, no matter what, Caucasian people will always stick together. Right or wrong, they will always stay on code with their people. I bet you she's not going to be in the courtroom with Angie Stone kids, helping her kids and telling the judge what she saw. She not going to do it. They already paid all of them off, especially her. I keep telling y'all, the game is cold out here. And this article is by News 19. It was published September the 4th, 2025, yesterday. 2 children of R&B singer Angie Stone are suing a trucking company, truck manufacturer, and others, seeking damages for an Alabama interstate crash that unalived Stone. The suit says Stone and the other occupants of the van survived the initial pre-dawn wreck, and that passers-by pulled over and helped 5 of the 9 occupants crawl out. Stone was still trying to get out when an 18-wheeler slammed into the van. They are suing the van driver, the truck driver, the man, and the companies who own the van, the trucking company, and the maker of the 18-wheeler truck. Make that make sense. And it goes on to say the truck was never in good shape. The truck driver wasn't paying attention. His music was loud, and he never hit the brakes. But how ironic, 6 months later after that accident, not one person in that van, out of all those 8 other people, not one person stood up. Not one person spoke up for Angie Stone. Not one goddamn person. So I'm going to be honest, I have to say it. I feel like everybody in that van, they already knew what was going to happen to Angie Stone from the jump. Tell me I'm lying. And then I said, wait, let's go back to the article that was released back in March, because the rabbit hole gets even deeper. Check this out. And this article is from MSN. It was published March 16, 2025, 15 days after the accident. Initial reports indicate that the van first overturned in a single vehicle crash, the cause of which remains under investigation. Following this initial event, the overturned van was struck by a 2021 Freightliner Cascadia, an 18-wheeler driven by a 33-year-old man from Skidmore, Texas. Stone was pronounced dead at the scene, making her the sole fatality among 9 passengers. Make that make sense. So what happened to the investigation? See, I'm always telling y'all, sometimes you have to sit back, shut up, and use your common sense. Where is Jared Wilkinson? He murdered Angie Stone, and 6 months later, we still have no update of him. We still have no mugshot of him. We still have no videos of him, nothing. And then I did more research. He's not even in prison. He wasn't even charged. See, from the jump, it was a hit. And if you feel like I'm tripping, in my comment section, please tell me I'm tripping. Angie Stone called out the whole industry and Clive Davis for stealing money from her for over 30 years. And everyone in that van was paid off to keep their mouth shut. Even this woman, I keep telling y'all the game is cold. I keep telling y'all Hollywood is evil and cold. And before I go, I have to say this. We already know who pulling the strings. The same people who got Michael Jackson. The same people who got Prince. The same people who got Left Eye. The same people who got Malcolm Warner. The same people who got Whitney Houston. The same people who got Biggie. The same people who got Pac. I can go on and on. Tell me I'm lying. And I'm going to stay on top of this case because this shit is wild. And rest in peace to Angie Stone. We not giving up. Your family not giving up. Your kids not giving up. And I love that shit. I'm out.